Okay. UST, the AI and technology transformation firm, has announced a strategic investment in Kaynes Semicon to set up a 3,300 crore rupee semiconductor manufacturing facility in Gujarat. The OSAT, or Outsourced Semiconductor Assembly and Test Plant, is scheduled to come up in Sanand. To tell us more about this partnership and investment, we're joined by Raghu Panikar, CEO at Kaynes Semicon. Raghu, first up, great to have you with us here on Startup Central. My first question to you, how does this partnership boost your efforts in the semicon ecosystem and give you an edge over the competition?
Yeah, so this is, we are setting up a semiconductor manufacturing facility in Gujarat to do semiconductor packaging, and we have been invested by UST in this venture.
Right. Raghu, what is the timeline that we're working with in terms of setting up the manufacturing facility itself? If you could give me an indicative understanding of what the timeline would be like for the facility to take form and shape.
So as we speak, the Unit 1 of the production facility is up and running, and we have a couple of customers. In the next 1 week, we would be supplying semiconductor chips to customers.
And right. And what are the expected production capacities in terms of wafers per month or units for the plant in question?
This would be a capacity of 6.3 million units per day in a full functional 50-acre facility, which would have approximately 3 units, and a fully functional 3 units would give close to 6.3 million devices per day.
Right, 6.3 million is the number that we're going with. But in terms of the semicon unit itself, what are the larger revenue goals and targets that you have? And in terms of onboarding of clients, which sectors are you looking at, and how many clients have already been onboarded?
So currently we are focusing more on power MOSFETs in the area of EV and industrial, because that's a spot where we see there is a good amount of market in India. From an industrial standpoint, we are working with companies like Atomberg. We are working with 2-wheeler companies, 4-wheeler companies in India to localize some of the semiconductor MOSFETs in India.
Right. Even as we speak about localization, the US tariffs have their shadow looming large, and it's expected that Donald Trump will roll out tariffs for electronics and semiconductor companies, given that the US president has also just slapped sector-specific tariffs on pharma. How worrisome is that for Indian companies from the POV of how your clients might be planning for such contingencies?
So, sir, we are just all waiting for it to settle down. Hopefully it moves in the right direction. But as much as you would know, all these components that are manufactured, when we give it from an export standpoint, it goes to their warehouse either in Hong Kong or in Southeast Asia. So you know that this tariff does not play a role. Plus, if it is localization, we are not much bothered with that, what is happening in the western part of the world.
Right. Now, insofar as ISM 2.0 is concerned, your feedback to the government on this policy and, in order to compete with semicon players in the rest of the world, what do you think India should be focusing on insofar as part 2 of this scheme is concerned?
The Semicon 2.0, sir, what we understand is going to focus more on the equipments, the semiconductor raw materials, the various of these, how could they be bought in India from a localization standpoint. So the equipment spares, the lead frame, the substrate, all that is required for manufacturing, the government is looking at very, very actively with partners from Japan, Taiwan, and Malaysia.
Right. Well then, Raghu, really appreciate you joining us, giving us those insights and breaking down that timeline and the plans ahead for that plant. All the very best with that journey. Thank you so much for joining us here.